Have you ever noticed how one small moment of gratitude can completely shift your day? Maybe it's the warmth of morning sunlight through your window, a phone call from someone you love, or even just the simple comfort of your favorite chair. That fleeting sense of peace, that gentle lift in your spirit, what if I told you it's doing far more than just improving your mood? What if gratitude is actually supporting the health of your brain, especially after age 60? Welcome to Senior Health Facts, your trusted home for science-based health education designed specifically for older adults. Today, we're exploring something truly remarkable: how the simple practice of thankfulness may help calm stress, support memory, and nurture emotional well-being as we age. And here's the best part: you can start practicing gratitude in small, gentle ways starting today, right where you are. If living with them, or peace, clarity, and emotional strength matters too, you go ahead and hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let me tell you about Raymond. Raymond is a 68-year-old retired postal worker from Ohio who spent decades delivering mail through every kind of weather: rain, snow, heat, you name it. After retiring 3 years ago, Raymond found himself feeling lost. His days felt too quiet. His purpose felt unclear. He missed the routine, the familiar faces on his route, the sense of being needed. Raymond's daughter noticed he seemed down, withdrawn, maybe even a little depressed. She suggested he try keeping a simple gratitude journal, just 3 things each day he felt thankful for. Raymond was skeptical at first. He thought, how is writing a few words going to change anything? But he decided to give it a try. At first, his entries were basic: coffee, sunshine, TV show. But over the weeks, something shifted. Raymond started noticing small moments he'd been overlooking: the way his dog greeted him every morning, the neighbor who waved from across the street, the strength in his hands as he worked in his garden. 6 months later, Raymond told his daughter he felt like himself again, not because his circumstances had changed, but because his perspective had. He wasn't just going through the ons anymore. He was present, engaged, and emotionally grounded. Raymond's story isn't unique, and it isn't magic. It's science meeting the human heart. Today, we'll show you exactly how gratitude works in the aging brain, what mistakes to avoid, and the simple practices you can use every single day to feel more connected, calm, and emotionally resilient as we but through our 60s, 70s, and beyond. The brain naturally processes emotions in different ways than it did when we were younger. According to research highlighted by Harvard Medical School, aging brains often develop stronger emotional intelligence, meaning we become better at understanding feelings, both our own and others. But at the same time, many seniors also experience increased sensitivity to stress hormones like cortisol, which can affect mood, memory, and overall mental health. Let me explain why this matters for you. Many people over 60 face unique emotional challenges that younger adults simply don't encounter as frequently. You may find yourself reflecting more on the past, remembering people you've lost, places you've lived, seasons of life that feel far away now. Social circles may shrink as friends move, pass away, or lose touch. Loneliness becomes a real concern for millions of older adults, even though surrounded by family. Physical changes, reduced mobility, chronic pain, or health conditions can limit the activities that once brought joy and purpose. And perhaps most deeply, many seniors struggle with questions of identity and meaning. Do I still matter? Am I still useful? What is my purpose now? These aren't small concerns. They're real, legitimate emotional struggles that deserve attention and care. Here's where gratitude comes in. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is fine or ignoring hardship. It's not toxic positivity or forced cheerfulness. Instead, gratitude is about gently shifting your attention toward our demeaning comfort and connection, even when life feels difficult. Think of it this way. Your brain is like a spotlight. Wherever you point that spotlight, that's what becomes vivid and real to you. If the spotlight stays focused only on loss, pain, or fear, those feelings dominate your emotional experience. But when you practice gratitude, you're not turning off a spotlight on hardship, you're simply making space to also shine light on what is still good, still beautiful, still worth cherishing. Studies supported by the National Institutes of Health suggest that gratitude-related brain activity may activate areas associated with reward processing and emotional regulation. In simpler terms, when you focus on thankfulness, your brain responds by releasing neurochemicals that help you feel calmer, more balanced, and more emotionally resilient. For many people over 60, gratitude becomes a daily stabilizing force. It helps when the house gets quieter after a spouse passes or children move away. It helps when friends aren't as nearby as they used to be. It helps when your body feels different, weaker, or more fragile than it once did. It helps when the world seems to move too fast, when technology feels overwhelming, when the future feels uncertain. Gratitude reconnects you with peace and perspective. It reminds you that even in difficulty, there are still moments worth holding on to, and according to the Mayo Clinic, gratitude practices may help improve mental resilience and promote a healthier emotional outlook as we age. This isn't just feel-good advice. It's a practical, evidence-supported tool for protecting your emotional and cognitive health in your later years. Now, before we talk about what to do, let's talk about what not to do. Because gratitude, when practiced incorrectly, can actually create more stress instead of less. Here are the 5 most common mistakes people make when trying to practice gratitude. The first mistake is forcing fake positivity. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's not about slapping a smile on your face and saying, "I should be thankful," or "I must feel grateful," when you're actually hurting inside. That kind of forced positivity actually stresses the mind. It creates internal conflict because you're trying to feel something you don't genuinely feel. Real gratitude doesn't deny pain, it coexists with it. You can feel sad about losing a friend and still feel grateful for the year as you had together. Both emotions can be true at the same time. The second mistake is comparing your life to others. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, "Well, others have it worse than me, so I should be grateful," or maybe, "Other seniors are doing better than I am, they're more active, more social, healthier." Comparison blocks authentic gratitude. When you measure your life against someone else's, you're not actually practicing thankfulness. You're just reinforcing feelings of inadequacy or guilt. True gratitude is personal. It's about acknowledging what is meaningful to you, regardless of what anyone else is experiencing. The third mistake is treating gratitude like a task. If gratitude becomes just another item on your to-do list, write down 5 things, remember be thankful, check the box, then it loses its emotional meaning. Gratitude isn't a chore. It's not something you're supposed to force yourself through just to say you did it. When practiced authentically, gratitude should feel like a relief, not an obligation. The fourth mistake is only practicing it during good moments. Many people think gratitude is something you do when everything is going well, when you're healthy, happy, surrounded by loved ones, but actually, gratitude is most powerful when used during difficulty, not only during ease. It's in the hard moments, and you're lonely, scared, or uncertain, that gratitude becomes a lifeline. It doesn't erase the difficulty, but it helps you hold on to hope and perspective. The fifth mistake is thinking gratitude is too small to matter. Some people underestimate the impact of gratitude because it seems too simple, too quiet, too small to make a real difference. But here's what research shows: the brain responds strongly to repeated micro moments of thankfulness. You don't need grand gestures or life-changing revelations. A few seconds of genuine gratitude each day can create measurable changes in your emotional well-being over time. Small practices done consistently build resilience in ways that dramatic, one-time efforts simply cannot. If you've made any of these mistakes in the past, that's completely okay. Most people have. The important thing is to recognize them now so you can practice gratitude in a way that actually supports your brain and emotional health moving forward. And if you're finding this helpful so far, leave a comment below and let me know. Have you ever tried practicing gratitude before? What was your experience like? Now let's get practical. Here are gentle, realistic gratitude practices designed specifically for older adults, easy to adopt, calming, and deeply meaningful. You don't need to do all of these, just pick one or two that resonate with you and start there. The first practice is the one memory technique. Each morning, take a quiet moment to recall one memory from your earlier years that brings warmth to your heart. It could be a smell from childhood, maybe fresh bread baking, or the scent of rain on summer pavement. It could be a song from your youth that still makes you smile. It could be a memory of someone you loved, a grandparent, a best friend, a teacher who believed in you. It could be a place you used to walk, a moment of laughter you haven't thought about in years. This simple practice lights up emotional centers of the brain and reinforces continuity of identity. You're not just old. You're a whole lifetime of experiences, relationships, lessons, and stories. Remembering one moment each day reminds you of the richness of your life. The second practice is gratitude out loud. Say your gratitude verbally, even if you're alone. There's something powerful about speaking thankfulness aloud. Examples: I am thankful for this warm tea. I am thankful for waking up this morning. I am thankful I learned something today. Research suggests the brain responds more deeply to spoken gratitude than to silent thoughts. The act of speaking engages more neural pathways and reinforces the emotional impact. You don't need to say it loudly or dramatically, just a quiet, sincere sentence is enough. The third practice is gratitude through touch. Place one hand gently over your heart or rest a hand over your stomach. Take a slow breath in, and exhale. Say softly, I am grateful for this body that carried me through life. Touch reinforces emotional regulation pathways in the brain. It creates a physical connection to the feeling of thankfulness. This practice is especially helpful when you're feeling disconnected from your body due to pain, illness, or aging. It's a way of honoring yourself with compassion. The fourth practice is gratitude toward people, even silently. Think of someone who shaped your life: a teacher, a spouse, a friend, a parent, a neighbor, a co-worker, even someone you've lost. Say silently in your mind, thank you for being part of my journey. Whether or not they ever hear it, your brain experiences the impact. Gratitude toward people, even in memory, activates areas of the brain associated with social connection and emotional bonding. It reminds you that you have been loved, that your life has been touched by others, that you matter. The fifth practice is gratitude journaling. Simple version, you don't need to write full sentences or paragraphs, just write 3 words at the end of each day. Examples: sunlight, peace, music, or family, comfort, strength, or cove. Fee. Warmth, morning. It's not about grammar or eloquence, it's about emotional recognition, pausing long enough to notice what brought you even a small sense of goodness that day. Keep a small note to book by your bed or use a notes app on your phone. Make it as simple as possible so it doesn't feel like a burden. The sixth practice is gratitude during stress, when you're facing worrying, financial concerns, health fears, uncertainty about the future. Don't deny the fear. That's important, don't deny it. Instead, add gratitude beside it. Example: I am scared about this medical procedure and I am grateful that I have access to medical care. I am lonely tonight and I am grateful I can still reach others by phone. This practice balances emotional strain with emotional resilience. It doesn't erase the difficulty, but it keeps you from being consumed by it. The seventh practice is gratitude as a bridge to purpose. Many seniors worrying deeply about their sense of purpose. You may ask yourself, do I still matter? Am I still useful? These are painful questions and they deserve respect. Gratitude shifts your focus from performance to presence. It reminds you that your value is not defined by productivity, by how much you accomplish, or by how useful you are to others. Your value is defined by connection to people, to memories, to wisdom, to the simple fact that you are here. You matter because you exist, because you have lived, because you carry stories and strength that no one else has. Gratitude helps you see that. The eighth practice is gratitude in motion. Practice gratitude while doing everyday activities, while walking. Think, I am grateful my legs still carry me. While washing dishes, think, I enjoy the feel of warm water on my hands. While watering plants, think, this plant is still alive because I care for it. While folding laundry, think, I am grateful for clean clothes and a warm home. This combines physical activity with emotional regulation, grounding you in the present moment. It transforms routine tasks into moments of mindfulness and peace. Now, I want to share something important with you. Everything I'm sharing today about gratitude practices comes from my research into peer-reviewed studies, trusted medical sources, and evidence-based psychology, but the real power of the SE practices comes from real people like Raymond, individuals who have tried them and found them helpful in their own lives. Please remember that personal experiences with gratitude practices can vary from person to person. What works beautifully for one individual may feel different for another, and that's completely normal. These practices are meant to support your emotional well-being, but they are not a substitute for professional mental health care. If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, or other serious concerns, always consult with your doctor or a mental health professional if you need personalized guidance. That said, gratitude practices are safe, gentle, and worth exploring for most people. They're not risky, they don't require special equipment, and they can be adapted to fit your life exactly as it is right now. If even one or two of these practices resonates with you, I encourage you to try it for just 1 week and see how you feel. And if you do try it, come back and leave a comment. I'd love to hear how it goes for you. If you're finding value in this video, please take a moment to subscribe to Senior Health Facts, hit the like button, and share this with someone who might benefit. Your support helps us continue creating trusted, science-based content specifically for older adults. Let me tell you what happened with Raymond after 6 months of practicing gratitude. He didn't just feel better emotionally, he started reconnecting with his community. He volunteered at the local library, helping organize KS and chatting with patrons. He joined a walking group at his church and made new friends. He started calling old co-workers he hadn't spoken to in years just to check in and say hello. Raymond told me recently, "I thought retirement meant the end of my purpose, but gratitude helped me see that my purpose never left. I just needed to look for it in new places." You deserve to feel that sense of peace and purpose too. You deserve to wake up each day feeling emotionally grounded, connected to what matters, and hopeful about the life you're still living. Gratitude won't solve every problem. It won't erase loneliness, reverse illness, or undo loss. But it can help you carry those burdens with more grace, more strength, and more hope. Here's your challenge for this week. Start with just one small gratitude practice. Pick the one that feels most natural to you. Maybe it's the one memory technique, maybe it's speak in gratitude out loud, maybe it's writing 3 words. At the end of each day, just one practice. Try it for 7 days, notice how you feel. Notice what shifts, even if it's subtle, and then come back and let me know in the comments how it went. Ready to feel more peace, more connection, and more emotional strength as you age? Subscribe now so you don't miss the next step in your journey toward healthier, happier aging. We're here for you every step of the way. Let's answer some of the most common questions about gratitude and brain health for seniors. Many people wonder if gratitude is the same as optimism. Actually, they're different. Optimism is about expecting good things to happen in the future. Gratitude is about acknowledging good things that already exist right now. In your present life, you can practice gratitude even when you're not feeling optimistic about the future. Another common question is whether gratitude can help with anxiety or sadness. For many people, yes, gratitude practices may help ease emotional stress and create a gentler, more compassionate internal voice. However, if you're experiencing clinical depression or severe anxiety, attitude alone is not a substitute for professional treatment. Please reach out to a mental health provider if you're struggling. Some people ask if gratitude requires religion or spirituality. No, not at all. Gratitude can be spiritual, if that's meaningful to you, but it can also be entirely secular, just a personal, reflective, emotional practice. It's flexible and adaptable to all your own beliefs and values. What if you don't feel grateful? That's completely okay. Gratitude doesn't require you to force feelings of joy or happiness. It can begin simply as noticing small comforts. The warmth of a blanket, the taste of your morning coffee, the sound of birds outside your window. You're not trying to manufacture emotion, you're just gently paying attention. People also wonder how often they should practice gratitude. Even a few moments daily can build meaningful long-term emotional benefits. You don't need to spend hours on this. 30 seconds in the morning, a minute before bed, that's enough. Consistency matters more than duration. And finally, some ask if gratitude can improve sleep. For some people, yes, calm, reflective gratitude before bed may help the brain unwind and transition into a more restful state. Try thinking of 3 things you're grateful for as you lie down at night. It can create a sense of peace that supports better sleep. Here's a quick reference guide you can save, screenshot, or share with someone you care about. First, let's talk about what to avoid. Don't force positivity or pretend everything is fine when it's not. That only creates more internal stress. Avoid comparing your life to others, as this blocks authentic gratitude and reinforces feelings of inadequacy. Don't treat gratitude like a checklist or chore. It should feel like a relief, not an obligation. Remember not to practice it only during good times. Gratitude is most powerful during difficulty. And finally, don't minimize its value because it seems too simple. Small, consistent practices create real changes in emotional well-being over time. Now, here's what to do instead. Each morning, recall one warm memo. Read from your past that brings you comfort. Speak your gratitude out loud, even when you're alone, as this engages more neural pathways. At the end of each day, write down just 3 words that capture what you're grateful for. Express silent thanks toward people who shaped your life, whether they're still here or not. Combine gratitude with everyday movements and activities like walking or washing dishes. And use gratitude during stressful moments to balance your emotions, acknowledging both the difficulty and what you're thankful for. For quick wins, place your hand over your heart and take one grateful breath. Say one grateful sentence out loud each morning. Remember one cherished moment from your past. Take one slow, mindful breath while noticing something good around you. Here's a simple daily routine suggestion. In the morning, recall one warm memory from your past and speak one sentence of gratitude aloud, something like, "I am thankful for waking up today." At midday, practice gratitude in motion while walking, washing dishes, or watering plants. Think of one thing you're grateful for in that moment. In the evening, write down 3 words that capture what you're grateful for today, like sunlight, peace, family. As a bonus, before bed, place your hand over your heart and say, "I am grateful for this body that carried me through life." If you'd like to discuss gratitude with your doctor, here are some conversation starters. Ask how chronic stress affects your brain as you age. Inquire about emotional wellness practices they would recommend for you specifically, and ask if gratitude practices could be helpful for your mental health. Save this information, try these practices, and share it with someone who might benefit from a little more peace and perspective in their life. Here are the trusted sources that informed today's video. Harvard Medical School research suggests gratitude practices may support emotional balance and reduce stress-related symptoms in older adults. The Mayo Clinic notes that gratitude may help improve mental resilience and promote a healthier emotional outlook as we age. The National Institutes of Health studies show gratitude-related brain activity may activate areas associated with reward processing and emotional regulation, and the American Psychological Association indicates that reflective gratitude practices may support psychological well-being and provide emotional grounding during the aging process. These references are included to support the educational nature of this content, not to make medical claims or promises of specific outcomes. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind you of something important. Everything we've shared today is for educational purposes to help you make informed choices about your emotional and mental health. I always encourage you to work with your doctor or a mental health professional before making any significant changes to your daily routine, especially if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, or other mental health concerns. They know your personal health history best and can guide you on what's right for your specific situation. Every person is unique, and what works wonderfully for Raymond might need small adjustments for you. Your healthcare team is your best partner in this journey toward emotional well-being and healthier aging. Take care of yourself, stay connected to what matters, and I'll see you in the next video.